Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, my name is IDS and my friends like to call me IDS. Now I will tell you about how my daily life as a health student. Actually, this video is for my task at college. So, mom, if you see my video, so sorry if my pronunciation is not good, and I know there's so many mistakes on my paper. So now, on the beginning, I will introduce myself. I was born at Tasikmalaya on 30th of October 1997 as a first baby at my family. And actually, until today, I still be the one and only girl at my home. So I was usual to spend all of my time alone. I will tell you about how I can come to this college first, and maybe some of you know where I am now. I take a study at Poltekkes Tasikmalaya, and it's such a health polytechnic at my city, and my department is health information management, and maybe here is called the Reka Medis dan Informasi Kesehatan or RMIK. And I come to this college as easy as what I think, because I just registered with the easy way, just sent my point at the report and then I just accepted. I call this easy because if I compare this with how my friend effort to come to this college or another college, they really need so many effort for that. And because I get this easy way to come, so I hope that I will get that easy way to graduate from this college. And about my study, I will learning here for 3 years or 6 semesters, and I have been past the 3 semesters, so now I am on the 4th semesters, and it means just 1 year left I will be here. Actually not as happy as that until I get my title for the last essay task. Yes. Okay. Now let's talking about the lesson. The subject that I learned, it was not choosing by myself, because this is the polytechnic, so all the subject and the semester system is chosen by the campus. So I get the packet for what have I learned in the 3 years every semester, and I can't complain something about that. No, I can't, but I don't. I don't complain something, but I just take it, because on the polytechnic you take it or you leave it, something like that. And on this every semester there was a 3 type of learning. There is a theory practice and a clinical practice. Okay, according to my department, the subject that I learned is about health, information, and management, combining as one. Okay, sometimes I learn like a nurse, like a midwife, or maybe like a doctor. And sometimes I learn like a information technology student, and sometimes also like a management student, how to manage something like hospital or healthcare, something like that. Yeah, what I learned is really complicated, and so many sectors that I learned, not just about health here. Okay, besides that, the most vital subject in my profession is a clinical code of disease. Okay, this subject is really make me so confused on the first time I've met with this subject. This subject is about a code of all the disease in the world, and the code is make as one, and the book is really big, but I didn't bring my book. I can show you. This is really make me confused, but I have think that this confused will be changed into a better someday, if I just take it and learn it better. And maybe you want to know why this subject really make me so confused. Because on the real time, sometimes if I have work, the code is really have a significant effect in the finance sector, in the hospital, or maybe in another or all healthcare places. I will give you an example, something like this. If this code is used for claiming the services of patient from the hospital to the insurance. Okay, the insurance can claim that cost if the code is compatible with the disease. And if the code is not compatible, the hospital maybe can get a cost or maybe not get anything. If they get a cost with the wrong code, the hospital will get so big profit or even they will get loss. And besides that, yeah, like I was telling you before that we learn like another health student, we learn about anatomy, pathophysiology and something like that with the same like epidemiology, like how we learn to get a research, something like that too. And about the information management, about the before I say we learn like student information technology. That's right. We learn about the computer. We learn about the cable. We learn how to the internet and internet can connect it, something like that. Because I don't know, maybe that will be useful after we get study. I hope so. And some of the subject is just a theory and some of them is just a practice. Or maybe some of them is both of the theory and the practice. Like sometimes I will learn about the theory before and after that we get to the laboratory for take a practice. And the theory will always learn the theory at the class or maybe online class, and we'll not use a moving class because at my college all department is have their own classes and every grade. And the laboratory, we use the lab as our department, but it was in the same place from all the department. And then this thing like a theory and a practice make me as a student have a more knowledge and skills for get ready to a clinical practice, something like that. At a clinical practice, in my department, we will do it for 5 times, and it start from the second semesters. And I was do that for 2 times, for in the second semester and the last semesters and the third semesters. And the first one I do this at the Singaparna Medical Center or SFC, and the second one is in the health primary care. Health primary care is like a Poltekkes, yes, and the place is not too far from my place now. We there learn so many things and do an activity from what we have learned before at college. We know how to make a face-to-face with the patient, and because we're not just make a management information at the office, but we have a front office too that where patient get registered. Yes, there we were at the hospital. And then the clinical practice is not just like a usual practice at the laboratory, because we do that at the really public healthcare. So we do our best there as like the real professional there, and we shall do not something wrong that make our college look so bad from the hospital, and also we shall do not something bad that make a hospital look so not good of the patient view. So I think we really must do the best in this clinical practice. At the hospital, as what I told you before, we do things that we have learned before at the theory or practice on the lab. For the first practice and the second practice, maybe I have the same duration that just 3 weeks with there, and then after done the practice, we have make a report to the college, and this report is just a practice for us, for me, for preparing how we can make a last essay for our graduated next time. So maybe the wishes is we will not too confused when we have to research something for our essay at the last semester next. Okay, this is from me that I will tell you how after I get this clinical practice. Maybe you will so blind if just learning at the college, just a theory, just a practice at the laboratory, because we don't know how the real it will come in the truth. But after this clinical practice, I know how all of the thing that I have learned before. I know how I can make a precision with a patient. I know how to help them, to get an information, how to help them to register on the hospital, and help the professional there to make a report every month or every week. And so much thing that I learned there, and it is such a happier time when I get a study here, because I felt like, I'm sorry, if at college at most of the time I feel so bored and so tired and so wanted to sleep at the classes, and after that I feel like so tired with all of the tasks. It was too much, but yeah, maybe okay, I was get it from a lecturer that if you don't get a task every day, so you aren't a student college. Just like that, she will say like that. So every I get a task, I feel like okay, I'm a student college, so I have to do this as the best every day and make it complete on the time. I just get it. But on the clinical practice, you will forget about that. You will forget about how you tired, how you bored at class, but you will really so happy to have a good interactive with all people at the hospital or other healthcare. Okay, I think that's all what I want to share with you about how I to be a student college at a health student. And okay, thanks to Mrs. Diana that have gave me this task. So I must think so hard just for explain this, because I confused where I can share you, because I think I wanna share it all but I can't, because it's really hard to share. Really hard to speak out just like this. I'm so sorry if all what I say is so many wrong things in the grammar and how I say, because I still just learn it, start from the zero again. So sorry and so thanks, and see you again. Don't forget to just like this video. Maybe you can subscribe my channel. Okay, assalamualaikum, bye.